This is Dr. Umar, who claims to have left Islam. And now, in one of his recent videos, he's made some, let's just say, interesting statements. And by interesting, I mean completely off the mark.
Islam is not as capitalist minded, but guess what? It is still anti-revolutionary. It is still anti-African culture in many regards. I was raised Muslim. Philadelphia has the largest percentage of African-American Sunni Orthodox Muslims in the United States. Dearborn has the most Muslims overall, but they Arab. If you're dealing with American Africans, non-Nation of Islam, Orthodox Muslim, Philadelphia has more than any city in America. I was raised in it. I was raised in the very masjid that I believe the Nation of Islam used to own. You understand? Before Refuting Muhammad took over his father's organization, shut that down, and came with the American Muslim movement. I was raised in one of those mosques. You understand? But I had to walk away because I saw how we completely ignored black people's problems. We completely ignored black culture. We completely ignored the black reality. It was all Islam. Learn your Arabic. And I'm like, I'm a practicing Arab. I'm not practicing Islam. I'm practicing Arabism. Why do I got to learn Arab language to worship God? Why do I got to eat like the Arab to worship God? Why do I got to dress like the Arab to worship God? This is not the worship of God. This is the deification of Arabic culture.
As a Muslim, you probably have seen this clip and laughed at the fake info and half-truths in it. This is a trend with ex-Muslims who try to justify their decisions with exaggerations and distortion of truths. It is not unexpected, but when you have a platform like Dr. Umar's, then incorrect statements must be refuted unless others believe them to be the truth. First, he says Islam is not as capitalist-minded as Christianity. Thanks for the compliment, Dr. Umar. But here's the thing. Islam isn't just some social or economic construct that fits neatly into labels like capitalist or socialist. It's a comprehensive way of life that guides and protects everyone, regardless of where they fall on the political or economic spectrum. A way of life that forbids usury and encourages giving can never be categorized as capitalist. I'm certain Americans who took student loans 10 years ago and still struggle to completely pay back even after paying double the initial amount they borrowed would agree to this. Let's not dwell on that. There's more to unpack from the video. Is Islam anti-revolutionary and anti-African culture? Obviously no, but we wouldn't expect others would believe with no evidence. Even the global concept of ummah, widely understood as the backbone of Islam, is based on the premise that each individual, community, or culture be respected and also respect others as well. There is a multitude of other evidence in the Quran and the Sunnah that promotes cultural preservation. So, Dr. Umar goofed with this one. Dr. Umar also claimed that the Muslim Ummah in Philadelphia, where he grew up, completely ignored black people's problems and black realities. Wait, is this true? Let's do some digging. In this article, the writer shed some light on the activities of Muslims in Philadelphia and how they're at the forefront of combating problems affecting the black community. Mosques and imams have taken up the job of community advocacy in addition to religious preaching, all in order to address problems that occur around them. Aside from this article, we posted a video a few months ago about how a Germantown, Philadelphia mosque has been taking active steps to turn the community away from the culture of violence that currently threatens the future of its youths. Another one happened, and the Muslim community have had enough this time. In a nighttime shooting, 87 shots were fired, leaving several people wounded. Sleep eluded many, and first thing in the morning, it was the talk of the town. The people have had enough, but they had little to no choice. The Muslim community came to the forefront of efforts to bring peace to the community.
Police say a group of people were standing at the corner when this white van pulled up and 6 people got out, shooting at the group on the corner. Several members of the group returned fire. The initial shooters got back in the van, which was last seen traveling westbound on Germantown Avenue, with a rack on the roof and distinctive graffiti on the passenger side. Today, members from Germantown Mosque stood in solidarity, fed up with the gun violence in their neighborhood.
No doubt, it's alarming, and it appears to be more like a war zone.
They didn't stop there. They went ahead to establish low-cost schools and turned vacant buildings that used to be hideouts for criminal activities into thriving places of business. Now, when Dr. Umar talks about Islam ignoring black culture, problems, and black realities, you wonder if all of these don't matter at all.
And I'm a practicing Arab. I'm not practicing Islam. I'm practicing Arabism. Why do I got to learn Arab language to worship God? Why do I got to eat like the Arab to worship God? Why do I got to dress like the Arab to worship God? This is not the worship of God. This is the deification of Arabic culture. And that's why I walked away from it.
It's not a compulsion to learn the Arabic language as a Muslim. It is not even obligatory to pray non-obligatory prayers in Arabic. However, the 5 daily prayers must be observed in Arabic. Why? Because the Holy Quran is preserved in its original revelation language. This closes the door to possible distortion and editing based on individual interests, something other religious books now wish they had. Rather than talk down on this, Dr. Umar should have taken a cue and learned 1 or 2 lessons on preservation here, seeing that his goal is to preserve the African culture. Going further, there is also no compulsion on the food to eat. Talk more of eating like the Arabs. However, certain foods are forbidden in Islam, as it is found in other religions too. But in the case of foods forbidden in Islam, they have all been found to have one detrimental effect on the health or another. Prime examples are alcohol, pork, dead animals with unknown causes of death, strangled animals, etc. Common sense would tell you that there's wisdom behind this rule. Remember, Islam is not just a religion, it is a way of life. So, all aspects of your life as a Muslim are cared for through the teachings of Islam. On dressing, again, no one is either told or compelled to dress the Arabian way. Rather, Islam preaches modesty and sanctity, something the world badly needs today. Every culture has their own way of dressing, and this is respected in Islam. However, modesty must be applied for your sake and the sake of others.
Islam, Christianity, Judaism, black religion as a whole, Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah's Witnesses, even African spirituality to an extent, they have pushed colorblind philosophy on black people to our own detriment.
Towards the end of the video, Dr. Umar later admitted every religion is guilty of the same thing. What is that? Color blindness, or the love of every other person irrespective of their race, color, and background? Isn't this what the world needs right now, and it seriously lacks? May Allah guide Dr. Umar and help him retrace his steps back to the right path.